So we'll quickly revise our first few slokas that we did before. So the first sloka is spoken by Dhritarashtra, and it's the only sloka that is spoken by him. Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yutsava Mamaka Pandavasheva Kim Akurvata Sanjaya. So what is the question by Dhritarashtra? Dhritarashtra is worried whether the war will happen. Because why he was worried? What made him worried?
Because the place, the battlefield was, so auspicious. So it's
Yeah.
not favorable for his sons. He knew that.
It's a Dharmakshetre. It is a holy, pious place. It's a pilgrimage. So he thought that under the influence of the holy place, if his son's mind would change, and he didn't want the war to be evaded. Why he thought that this war should happen? What did Dhritarashtra think about it? Why Dhritarashtra wanted the war to be happening?
He knew this is going to be the last test for the, who is going to be the heir of the, for place, name of the place.
And
Hastinapur.
moreover, he was thinking that his party has greater strength. He thought that the Kauravas are hundreds in numbers, whereas Pandavas are only 5. And also the great acharyas like Dronacharya, Kripacharya, Bhishma Dev, they were all with them. And they were also ruling. So obviously they thought that they will gain more strength. Because during the time they sent Pandavas to exile, they were the one who were ruling. So with all the strength that they have, they thought that, Dhritarashtra thought that the victory is certain if at all there is a chance to fight. But what did he forget?
Forgot Krishna's presence.
Yeah, Krishna's presence. He thought that Krishna is just there because Krishna anyway said that he's not going to fight. So what is the use of Krishna without him fighting? So Dhritarashtra was very confident about this war happening. And in the next sloka is spoken by Sanjaya. Sanjaya could see all the things that are happening in the battlefield Kurukshetra, although it was hundreds of miles away from Delhi, from Hastinapur. And he is narrating the scenes of the war to Dhritarashtra through his vision, spiritual vision that he got by the mercy of Vyasadeva. And what did Sanjaya said? Drishtva tu Pandavanikam Vyudam Duryodhanastata Acharyam Upasamgamya Raja Vachanam Abravit. So seeing the military formations of Pandavas, Dhritarashtra got little bit. Sorry, Duryodhana got little bit shocked. Worried. He did not expect them to have a very good military formation. So what he did is, whom did he approach first? He approached Dronacharya.
Right?
So why did he approach Dronacharya? That is there in the next sloka. Paschaitam Pandaputranam Acharyam Mahatim Chamum Vyudham Dripata Putrena Tava Shishena Dhimata. So what does he go and tell Dronacharya? Tava Shishena Dhimata. How intelligent are your students that they learn the military art from you and now they are against you. And specifically he mentioned one of the fighters' name. Whose name did he mention?
Drupada Putra.
Drupada Putra. Why did he mention? Yeah, because of the enmity that Dronacharya had with Drupada. So instead of addressing her as Drishtadrumna, he addressed him as Drupada, son of Drupada, because what he thought by mentioning as son of Drupada, Dronacharya may get pinched. He may get agitated, because that will remind him of the enmity that he had with his father. So he's telling, and Drupada was also very good in the military arts. He was the one who made a beautiful military arrangement. So beautifully, here the Sanskrit word is used, Tava Shishyena Dhimata. How intelligent is your children that they learn from you and now that they are against you. Why is Duryodhana using such words? Because he wants to make Dronacharya angry because he knows that Dronacharya was also the teacher of Pandavas and Arjuna was his favorite student. So he don't want, him to Dronacharya to have any kind of soft corner towards Pandavas. So he is using such diplomatic words so that he will put Dronacharya in the right position. Right? Okay, in the next sloka, Atra Shura Maheshwasa Bhimarjuna Samayudhi Yudhano Viratasya Dripatasya Maharata Drishtaketu Chekitana Kashirajasya Viryavan Purujit Kunti Bojasya Shaibhyascha Narapungava Yudhamanyusha Vikranta Uttamaushansha Viryavan Saubhadro Draupadeyansha Sarvam Eva Maharata. So now Duryodhana is seeing all the powerful fighters in the side of Pandavas. So he's specifically mentioning how many Maharatas names in these three slokas?
17.
17 Maharatas. So he's telling, okay, because if somebody has to fight, it's important that you need to analyze the strength of the other side also, right? Without knowing the strength of the other side, it is very difficult for us to make strategy to win. So here, Duryodhana is now analyzing the strength of the Pandavas. So he is mentioning few names. So he started with first, whom did we start? Yudhano Viratasya. So first he said Bhima Arjuna. And we already saw that Duryodhana was always scared of Bhima than Arjuna. Because right from childhood, Duryodhana always had enmity with Bhima. So he was more scared of Bhima than Arjuna. That's why he first used the name of Bhima and Arjuna and Yudhano. Who is Yudhana?
Satyaki.
Satyaki. Who was Satyaki?
Satyaki was a charioteer.
No, charioteer.
Yeah, charioteer of Krishna, right?
Yeah.
And he was very, very powerful fighter. And he was also very, very close to Krishna. Okay. And Virata. Who is Virata? The king of Matsya, where the
Matsya.
Pandavas, they did their incognito period. Ajnatavas, they spread it. And Drupata, we already saw about him. And then Drishtaketu, Chekitana, they were from Yadavas army. They were also powerful. Kashi Raja is also very powerful. Purujit and Kunti Bhoja were, who were they? Brothers, sons of Kunti. Yeah. Shaibhyasya Narapungava. They were all very, very like a bull of the men. Very, very strong people. So here Duryodhana is also using a lot of adjectives to describe them. And Yudhamanyusha Vikranta, Uttamaujancha Vidyavan, and Saubhadro Draupadeyansha, Sarva Eva Maharata. And he's also talking about Saubhadra, particularly Abhimanyu. And we also saw the strength of Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu, although he was just a 16-year-old boy, but he fought very valiantly. And he was actually trapped in the Chakravyuh. And what did they do? How many people killed Abhimanyu together? How many people together killed Abhimanyu? How many Maharatas were there to kill Abhimanyu? We mentioned in the previous class. Anybody could remember that? There were 7 Maharatas who joined together to kill a 16-year-old boy. So, Saubhadrayansha. So, Abhimanyu is mentioned as a son of Subhadra and Draupadeyasha. Draupadi also had 5 children from each of the Pandavas. Sarva Eva Maharata. They are all Maharatas. And who are Maharatas?
One who can kill 10,000
soldiers like
soldiers,
that. Yeah.
enemy
They are
side.
very, very strong people. And we also saw the gradation of the soldiers, the ranking. First is Maharata, who can kill 10,000, and little lesser is Atirata, who can kill like 5,000. And then Ratha. Ratha is one who can kill like thousands. And Artha Ratha means the one who can kill less than that, 500. So these are the gradations of the soldiers, the rank of the soldiers army. So you can note down this. Maharatha, Athiratha, Ratha, and Ardharatha. Ardharatha means half of the Ratha. Not a very great soldier, but better than a normal one. I will go little slow so that you will get some time to make notes also in between. Okay. So can we do the today's sloka? Please repeat after me. Asmakam tu vishishtaye
अस्माकं तु विशिष्टाये
tani bodha dvijotama
Tani bodha dvijotam
बोधध्वजत्वमा
nayaka mama sainyasya
nayaka
नायका मम
senasya
सैन्यस्य
sanyartam tan bravimite.
sanyartham tanabrimite
Tan
ताम्रभीमिते
bravimite.
ताम्रभीमिते
Asmakam tu vishishtaye
अस्माकं
अस्माकं तु
विविष्टाये
विशिष्टाये
tani bodha dvijotama
तानि बोध
निबोधद्विजोत्तम
द्विजोत्तम
nayaka mama sainyasya
नायका
नायकं
मम सैन्यस्य
सेनस्य
sanyartam
संज्ञातं
सन्नार्थं
tan bravimite.
तान्
तान्त्रभीमिते
ब्रवीमीते
Asmakam tu vishishtaye
अस्माकं
अस्माकं तु विशिष्टाये
विशिष्टाये
tani bodha dvijotama
तानि बोध
निबोधद्विजोत्तम
द्विजोत्तम
nayaka mama sainyasya
नायका मम
नायकस्य
सैन्यस्य
sanyartam tan bravimite.
संज्ञा
संज्ञार्थं तान् ब्रवीमिते
Anybody would like to recite?
I can.
Yes, Mataji, please.
अस्माकं तु विशिष्टये
Asmakam tu vishishtaye
तान्निबोधद्विजोत्तमा
tani bodha dvijotama
नायका मम सैन्यस्य
nayaka mama sainyasya
संजनार्थं तं ब्रवीमिते
samyartam tan bravimite.
ब्रवीमीते
Here the M is very subtle. That's why there is a dot. If you see that, Mataji, there is a pronunciation guide behind the Bhagavad Gita book for those who cannot read Sanskrit but only English. So you can go through that. That will help you to how to pronounce different letters because there is a dot in front of M. So which shows that M is like not just an ordinary M. Okay. And A also, if A has a line on top of it, that means it is A. It's a longer sound. So just you need to go through that. That will help us to pronounce the slokas better. Okay.
So it is
So can
samyat.
you Samnyartam.
Okay.
Tanbravimite.
संज्ञार्थम
Yeah.
means
Artham.
संज्ञार्थम ज्ञा होगा ना
Yartham. Yeah. Samyartham.
संज्ञार्थम
Yeah. Tanbravimite. Okay. Word to word translation and translation. Who would like to read?
I'll read.
Yes, yes, please.
But for your information,
I want the word to word translation also.
sorry, yes, yeah. Asmakam, our, to, but, vivishtaha,
Vishishta.
Vishishta,
Yeah.
especially powerful, ye, who, tan, them, nibodha, just take note of, be informed, Dvij Uttama, O best of the Brahmanas, Nayakaha, captains, Mam, my, Senayasya, of the soldiers, Samgyartham, for information, Tan, them, Bravimi, I am speaking, Te, to you.
Yes.
But for your information, O best of the Brahmanas, let me tell you about the captains who are specially qualified to lead my military force.
Okay, so this sloka is almost like a summary of the previous slokas where Duryodhana is analyzing the strength of the Pandavas army. So there were 17 Maharathas and Pandavas were not included in that because Pandavas didn't need any kind of introduction or anything because Bhishma, Drona, Kripacharya, everybody knew the strength of Pandavas. So there was no need to specifically mention about the Pandavas. So initially, Duryodhana thought that the Pandavas side is not going to be very strong because they were already in the exile and Ajnatavas and everything for 14 years. So they are not in the power. So they didn't expect that many of these people would support them. So now Duryodhana is approaching whom? Asmakam to Vishishtaye. Vishishta means what? Just not normal people, especially powerful. Very great, powerful. Asmakam tu Vishishtaye, Tani Bodha Dvijottama. Dvija means Brahmana, twice born. Okay, Brahmana is twice born. The first birth is through the womb of the mother, and the second birth is when a Brahmana receives the spiritual thread and takes the spiritual master. So he is born again. So that is why a Brahmana is also called Dvija. Okay, Dvijottama. Who is Dvijottama, best of Brahmanas? Whom is he addressing here?
Dronacharya.
Dronacharya. Yes, Dronacharya is the best of a Brahmana. He was a Brahmana. And it is also an etiquette to approach a Brahmana first. Because the Brahmanas among the four Varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Brahmana, Vaishya and Shudra, Brahmana is in the head. They are like the head of the society. So the knowledge descends to other Varnas like Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras from whom? From Brahmanas. Because a Brahmana is considered to be the head of the society. Why? Because Brahman Janati Brahmana. A Brahmana is the one who understands Brahman. A Brahmana understands how to come out of the cycle of the birth and death. He understands the God. That is why he is called Brahmana, because he is Brahmajanati Brahmana. So Duryodhana, as a matter of etiquette, he is approaching Dronacharya and talking to him. But because now his fear has increased or it got diminished now. What
No,
happened to the confidence of Duryodhana?
he's puffed up because he's naming all his Brahmanas.
No, puffed up. But why did he come here? See here, all these
He
slokas
came
are
only to,
diplomatic move of
yeah.
Duryodhana.
So
But
he came to pinch Dronacharya about.
yeah, he knew. But when he described all these 17 Maharathas, the confidence of Duryodhana actually sank. He got scared. But somehow or the other, he wants to win. So he is trying to talk in such a way because his side is also powerful so that, they will take the war very seriously and will not give up. Actually, his confidence sank. His fear increased while describing the Maharathas.
Tanuja Mataji, when you said 17 Maharathas, that is overall in both the sides or only?
No. Only Pandava's side was 17 Maharathas. Pandavas had 17 Maharathas in their side. Okay. In terms of Akshohani, the army, Pandavas had 7, Kauravas had 11, but even he had Maharathas, which we will list now. But first, as we discussed, because first you need to analyze the strength of the enemy. Then only you can make strategies to fight against them, isn't it?
Yes.
So, let me tell you about the captain. So he is now telling, so don't worry, even though there are 17 Maharathas there, we are nevertheless small. Even we are great. We have so many people with us. So he will start listing the names of the Maharathas, the great fighters from his side also in the next sloka. So here it is also he is giving like, a subtle pinch also to them, by mentioning their names. And the gradations in which he mentions the name also will show a greater diplomacy of Duryodhana. See, Duryodhana is very, very, cunning in his approach. Even while mentioning the name of Maharathas, he said Bhima first and then Arjuna. And also he compared these Maharathas, they were also equivalent to Bhima and Arjuna. So first they know that Pandavas are strong, but they didn't expect many other kings to support them. So seeing those 17 fighters who are as strong as that of Pandavas, Duryodhana's confidence definitely sank. Okay. So we'll go to the next sloka. Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha
भगवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च
कृपश्च समितिञ्जय
कृपश्च समितिञ्जय
अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च
श्वत्थामाविकर्णश्च
सौमदत्तिस्तथैव च
सौमदत्तस्तथैव
भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च
भगवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च
कृपश्च समितिञ्जय
कृपश्च समितिञ्जय
अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च
अश्वत्थामाविकर्णश्च
सौमदत्तिस्तथैव च
सौमदत्तस्तथैव च
भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च
भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च
कृपश्च समितिञ्जय
कृपश्च समितिञ्जय
अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च
अश्वत्थामाविकर्णश्च
सौमदत्तिस्तथैव च. Would
सौमदत्तस्तथैव
like to
च
recite this sloka?
I'll do.
Yes, please.
भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च
Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha
कर्णश्च
कृपश्च समितिञ्जयः
Kripascha
समितिञ्जय
Samitinjaya
अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च
Ashwatthama Vikarnascha
सौमदत्तिस्तथैव च
Saumadattistataiva cha. Word to word meaning, translation, and purport. Who would like to do?
Mataji, can I?
Yeah, please.
Bhavan, your good self. Bhishmaha, grandfather Bhishma. Cha, also. Karna, Karna, cha, and. Kripaha, Kripa. Cha, and. Samitim Jaya, always victorious in battle. Ashwathama, Ashwathama. Vikarna, Vikarna. Cha, as well as. Saumadatte, the son of Somadatta. Tatha, as well as. Eva, certainly. Cha, also. There are personalities like you, Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Ashwathama, Vikarna, and the son of Somadatta, called Bhurishwara, who are always victorious in the battle.
And the purport also.
Okay. Purport. Duryodhan mentions the exceptional heroes in the battle as all of whom are ever victorious. Vikarna is the brother of Duryodhan. Ashwathama is the son of Dronacharya. And Saumadatti or Bhurishwara is the son of the king of Bahalikas. Karna is the half-brother of Arjun, as he was born of Kunti before her marriage with King Pandu. Kripacharya's twin sister married Dronacharya.
Okay, so here some of the fighters from the side of Kauravas are being mentioned. So Bhavan Bhishmasha. So Bhavan is to yourself. So as we already saw in the previous sloka also, that he is first speaking to Dronacharya, because Dronacharya is a Brahmana and as well as the teacher. So it is an etiquette for Duryodhana to first address Dronacharya. And next he is addressing whom? Bhishma. Okay, so why is he addressing all these armies? So he know that the fighters in his sides, they are just there with him physically, but not with their hearts. Why they are not fighting with their hearts in the side of Duryodhana? Do you think Dronacharya, Bhishma Dev, Kripacharya, all of them with full-heartedly they are with the Gaurava side?
No, because they also like Pandavas.
And
as their
moreover,
own
it
sons.
was not even a war on Dharma, right?
Yes.
Pandavas are the rightful heir of the throne, and lot of peace negotiation was happening to evade the war. It's not that they were waiting, okay, when will the war be announced so that we can fight and we will capture? No, they were doing, many efforts were taken for peace negotiation. Even Krishna himself went as a to negotiate with them, negotiate peace. But what did Dhritarashtra say? He cannot even spare them a tip of a space that is equivalent to the tip of the needle. So they were very, very evil-minded. So how can this be called as a war on dharma? Right? Although there is Pandavas war on a dharmic side, but this was not a war on dharma. So Duryodhana, he wanted to use his political diplomacy of lifting someone and putting others down. So in this sloka, we will see how he is lifting few of the fighters and he will put somebody else down so that, you can use some subtle pinch. You can do this way or that way, hook or crook, and they can win the battle. So, because the main reason why Bhishma and Dronacharya supported Duryodhana, remember we discussed that in the previous class. Why?
Because they were getting money from Duryodhana.
Exactly. They were maintained by them, right?
Maintained by them.
Yeah. And Bhishma, we saw about Bhishma in the previous class also. He is Devavrata and he took an oath that he will never get married because when Shantanu wanted to marry Satyavati. Satyavati's father, he was just a fisherman. But in spite of that, he did not give his daughter in marriage because always by the tradition and culture, it's the first wife's son who becomes the king. Because Shantanu was already married and Bhishma Dev was already born to them. So he thought that if his daughter gets married to Shantanu, her children will not become a higher. Imagine a mentality of a fisherman. A king is approaching and asking, please give me your daughter. And then he is telling that I cannot give. Right? But then Shantanu was very much grieved. He could see that he was always sad. So Bhishma Dev, he approached Satyavati's father and told him, sir, don't worry, I will not be a heir of the throne. Then he said, you may not be, but what about your children? They will also become the heir. So he said, don't worry. If you're worried for that, then I will never get married. So such is the oath given by Bhishma for the sake of the father. He wanted his father's happiness. So for the sake of his father's happiness, he was ready to sacrifice his entire life. So such glorious is Bhishma Dev. And he also won the fight against Parashuram because Parashuram wanted Amba, Bhishma Dev to get married. Amba, sorry, not Ambika. Amba to get married. And if I said Ambika, please correct it. It's Amba. Sorry. Yeah, because Amba, Ambika, Ambalika all are same. Please correct it. So Amba and Parashuram, she approached Parashuram and Parashuram fought heavily with Bhishma and he was about to kill him, but Brahmaji came and intervened. And then Parashuram was very, very happy with the skills of Bhishma and he gave a boon that he can only die at his own will and nobody can defeat Bhishma Dev. So that is a special, this thing who got? Bhishma Dev got. And yeah, And Bhishma Dev, so here he's next saying to even to Dronacharya, he's giving a pinch. Okay, if you have any soft corner to Pandavas because you were their teachers and you like Arjuna, another thing, don't worry. We have Bhishma Dev with you. So even he will be taking care of this entire army. So he's using the name of Bhishma after Dronacharya. Okay, Bhavan Bhishmasya Karnasya. Who is Karna?
Half brother of Pandavas.
Yeah. He was born to Queen Kunti before the marriage itself. I mean, we all know the story that Kunti got a boon from Durvasa Muni that she can call any devatas and she can have a child through them. So Kunti thought that, okay, she was just curious. She was a not very big girl. That time, maybe she was some 12 or 13 years or very small girl, out of curiosity, the children would like to do with a childish mentality. She thought, okay, let me see if it really works. So she called Surya Dev and then she apologized. She says, sorry, I just came to test you. I'm not even married. I cannot have a child. Then Surya Dev said, no, I came now. I have to do something. I cannot go without doing anything. So and it is also said that Karna was born from the ears of Kunti. That is why he is called as Karna. And he said that her womb will be kept intact. Even though she had a child, she will still remain a virgin. So that is the boon which Surya Dev gave, and Karna was given by Kunti, because those days, if a woman had a child before the marriage, then nobody will marry her. It is very, very, this thing, it is, you know, not very respectful for the father also. So she let them go. Now, and here Bhishma Dev says that, the Arjuna is blessed by Devatas. And apart from that, he also has Gandiva and Krishna with him. So Bhishma Dev, although he's fighting with Kauravas, but he knows the strength of the Pandavas and he knows that the Pandavas were in the Dharmic side. And also he said that there are so many other soldiers also. And specifically, he mentioned Karna as Artharatha. Who is Artharatha? Who is lower than the
500 soldiers.
Ratha. But
Okay,
actually speaking, Karna was not an Artharatha. He was quite a great fighter. He was almost like an Atiratha or Maharatha. But
Yeah.
why he told him as Artharatha is because Karna was cursed by Parashuram that he will forget the mantra when it was needed. So Karna has got a curse that during the critical time, he will not be able to use the mantra. And Bhishma also never liked Karna. Why he didn't like Karna? Because he was very cunning like Duryodhana. Because of the association with Duryodhana, the Karna's mentality also became like Duryodhana. As we saw, Duryodhana was very cunning, so also was Karna. And we also know he was always envious of Arjuna, Karna, isn't it? So
Yes.
hearing him called Artharatha, now Kshatriya, Karna is also a Kshatriya. Won't he feel the insult?
Yes.
Yeah, he felt the insult, and we know that the Kshatriya cannot take up the insult. So what Karna said to Duryodhana is, Bhishma is an old man. Now, because Bhishma said something not so good about him, so he also want to say not so good words about Bhishma. So he said, Bhishma is an old man to become a general, because Duryodhana was having Bhishma as a general. And he thought that, Bhishma can't even fight. And if I am helping in this war, then it is like I am fighting and Bhishma Dev will get the credit. Whereas he's old enough to fight. So I am not going to fight until Bhishma is there. So Karna refused to fight. Karna said that he will not fight in this war until Bhishma is there.
And Arjun and Karna's enmity was also because of Draupadi. Because they both
Yeah,
were
it
in
started
triangle.
with that also. Exactly. And many instances, it so happened that he was always envious of Arjuna. And here, Karna didn't want to participate in this battle until Bhishma Dev is down. Because he thought that I will fight, but Bhishma will get the credit. Why should he get the credit? So I will not do that. Okay. So, and Bhishma Dev also said that, you're all going to get trashed. Don't think that you're going to win. It so happened that single-handedly Arjuna defeated them once. This Gauravas, they went to the Virata kingdom to steal the cattle from there. And that time, Arjuna caught them and single-handedly defeated them. So he's reminding them of this incidents. So remember the power of Arjuna. So it is like, the Kshatriyas, they will, they get insulted. They are not very forgiving. Here, even though Bhishma is a Kshatriya, so each other, they are having some kind of the heat that is going between them. And now what will happen to Duryodhana after hearing all these things? Duryodhana got
Further demoted.
scared. He was worried, what is happening here? And further, Duryodhana said, you know, both he was having lot of doubt in Dronacharya, and also he had doubt with Bhishma Dev also, because Bhishma Dev also had soft corner for Pandavas. Because after the Pandu died, they were fatherless, right? So Kunti was even very young women, and raising the 5 children was not very easy task for them. So Bhishma also had a very little soft corner towards Pandavas. So now he is telling Karna, okay, you both may have some affection to Pandavas, but Karna doesn't have. So by saying so, he is again, motivating Karna, right? By, saying that Karna will not spare them. So now Karna will get more agitated, isn't it? So you can see how Duryodhana is very diplomatic in his approach. Okay, so Bhavan Bhishmasya Karnasya. Now Kripa. Now let's see who is the Kripacharya. Okay, so Kripacharya, remember in the previous class, we said that Arjuna took blessings of 3 people before the war began. Who are the 3 people?
Bhishma, Dronacharya and Kripacharya.
Yeah, Yudhishthira took the blessings. So Kripacharya was born to Sharadvan Rishi. You can write down this name. Sharadvan Rishi, who was from powerful Gautama clan. Okay. And it so happened once this Sharadvan Rishi, he got allured by seeing a beauty of an Apsara, and he discharged semen. By looking at her, he discharged semen, and that one fell in the grass. And the semen got split into 2, and from that came Kripa and Kripi. From the semen of Sharadvan Rishi came Kripa and Kripi. And Kripi married Dronacharya. So the wife of Dronacharya is Kripi. And Kripacharya was very powerful, that there were only 5 of them who were survived in the Gaurava side, and he is one among them. Okay. So this is a little bit of description about.
But what did he do? Was he also Brahmana?
Yeah, of course. He is also Brahmana. No, he's born from Sharadvan Rishi.
Okay.
Yeah. He was also a great fighter, and he learned the military arts from his father itself.
Okay.
Okay. So we are just trying to look at little bit of description about all the fighters, because their names are mentioned here. Okay.
So the reason Pandavas came and bowed their head in front of Kripa. So was he some great learner or a teacher?
Yeah, he was also a great teacher. That's why he took the blessings.
Okay.
In fact, there was not 3. There was a 4th one also, which I will tell little later, means when it comes. So first, because I already said the 3, so I thought I will remind you of the 3. Okay. So Samitinjaya, Ashwatthama. I think most of you know who is Ashwatthama.
Dronacharya's son.
Yeah, Dronacharya's son. And he is also known for a very infamous act. What did he do?
He tried to kill Uttara's son.
Yeah, Parikshit Maharaj. Yeah, he did Brahmashtra, and also he killed the sons of 5 Pandavas also. Okay.
Draupadi.
So now a little bit from Shastra, the description of Ashwatthama. He was a combination of Shiva. You can write down this. Ashwatthama is a combination of Shiva, Yama, Kama, and Krodha. So he's all these 4 parts which are put together is Ashwatthama. Okay. And when he was just born, he had diamond in his skull. Ashwatthama was born with a diamond. And this, because of which he had a power to diminish the enemy. Because of the diamond, if somebody is fighting against Ashwatthama, automatically their power will decrease because of this diamond which he had in his skull. And remember, he was giving military in charge to many people. Duryodhana, first he gave to Bhishma, then he's giving one by one as some of the fighters were down. He's keep on changing, no? So he was the last one who was the military in charge after everyone died. So Ashwatthama became the general. In the last, after everybody died also, he survived.
He did not die in the war, no?
Ashwatthama is still alive.
Okay.
Yeah,
He was
he
given
didn't
a
die.
boon to never be dead.
Yeah. We will see that he could have been killed, but still Draupadi forgave him because she thought that, Kripi was already bereaved because of the loss of her husband. So she did not want Ashwatthama to be killed. She forgave him basically, in spite of the fact that Ashwatthama killed all her sons. Okay. And another reason he was not killed is because he was a Brahmana's son. A Brahmana, women, child, and an old woman, they are never supposed to be killed. This is the Dharma code.
But then they're not supposed to fight also. They're not supposed to kill
Exactly, because the fight is over. Yeah, the killing was out of themselves, out of a revenge, right? The fight is already over, isn't it? Yes, in the fight they kill, but other than that, see, for example, if somebody is in the army and they kill thousands of people from the other side, they are not been taking the karma of killing those 1,000 people on the other side. But if the same person is killing his neighbor, will he be excused? Just because he's in the army and he has the rights to kill people. Yes, in the war field, he had the rights. But did he have the same rights to kill just his own neighbor because he was not good or he had an enmity or whatever the reason it is?
No.
No, that's the thing. Okay. So, and Ashwatthama, he did a great mess. After they got defeated, he tried to kill the Pandavas. But instead, he killed the Pandavas' sons.
I think he thought they are them and he killed.
Exactly. That's what. He thought them as Pandavas, but he killed their sons. That's why, Parikshit was the only surviving person in this Pandavas clan. And that also Ashwatthama tried to put Brahmashtra to kill Parikshit also in the womb of Uttara, which Krishna protected. Krishna with the Sudarshan Chakra gave protection to Parikshit Maharaj. So when they got lost in the war, Duryodhana, he hid himself in a lake. And Ashwatthama, he went to Duryodhana and told him, now Duryodhana, you see, I have a very good news for you. I have killed all the Pandavas and I got their head to you. And then when Duryodhana touched their head, he found that they were all small skulls. They were not big skulls. Then he said, "You fool, you're such a great sinner. You have killed the children of Pandavas. You have not killed Pandavas. They are all the children of Pandavas. What a great sin you have committed," he said. They thought, and what did Pandavas do? Later on, they caught Ashwatthama and they removed his jewel. But they did not kill him. They diminished the strength of Ashwatthama by removing the diamond from his skulls. But they did not kill him, but they freed him. A little bit of, unko sabak thoda sabak sikha ke usko chhod diya. Okay? Because that is also insulting, no, for Ashwatthama. Whatever is the one that is giving you strength, if that is removed, then he will not be anymore the same person, isn't it? So, and also he did a very infamous act. He tried to put Brahmastra against Uttara so that the child in Uttara, the Parikshit, can be killed. So, but Uttara prayed to Krishna, and Krishna protected Parikshit in the womb of Uttara. And in fact, Parikshit could see Krishna in the womb. That is why his name came as Parikshit. Because after he came out, he wants to examine each and every person. Parikshit, Pariksha means exam, Parikshit. That is it what he saw. Is this Krishna? Is that Krishna? So that he's keep on examining. That is why he got the name as Parikshit. Because he wanted to see the same person whom we saw in his womb, when he was in the womb of his mother. Okay. So is this clear about Ashwatthama? Little bit of information?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Vikarna. Who is Vikarna? Anybody knows?
Current sense?
No. Vikarna is brother of Duryodhana.
Okay, one of the Kaurav.
One of the brothers. And why he specifically mentioned him is, he was the only one who opposed the act of Vastraharan.
Okay.
Although all the Kauravas were with it, but he said that, it is not good to insult a woman like this. So he opposed the act. He was not a great fighter, but politically, Duryodhana mentioned him, just to boost him, so that, he will also feel motivated, right? Because he was having a fear, no? Because he already little bit supported the Pandavas. So he did not want him to do that. So he just mentioned his name along with the great fighters. So lagega na humko bhi, hum bhi thode, we are also a very big person, isn't it? We may not be a big person, but when somebody says, "You're great, you're so good," na, we also may get a little bit flattered, na? So this is just a flattering words of Duryodhana to his brother Vikarna by mentioning him, along with all the other fighters. So Vikarna did his duty. He fought well, whatever he could, but ultimately he was killed by Bhima. Bhima killed Vikarna. Okay. So the next person who is mentioned is Somadatta. Okay. Somadatta is the son of Balika. He was also a great fighter, and it was Somadatta who killed. Finally, Somadatta was killed by Satyaki. Okay, so he was killed by Satyaki. And son of Somadatta is Burishrava. We saw no Somadatta called Burishrava, right? Okay, and Burishrava was also a very heavy fighter, and his praise was also always increasing because of his power. So one of the three sons of Somadatta is Burishrava. Somadatta had three sons, of which one is Burishrava, who is a great fighter. And
Somadatta,
Somadatta is the son of Burishrava, and sorry, son of Somadatta is Burishrava. I'm sorry. Somadatta is son of Balika.
No, it says
Yeah.
Somadatti or Burishrava
Called son of Somadatta.
So is it the same?
No. Here Burishrava is mentioned as son of Somadatta. Like how Drupadasya.
No, it says this is the son of the king of the Bahilikas in the purport.
Yeah. Wait, where is it said?
Fourth line purport.
Yeah, Somadatta is the son of Balika, but Burishrava is the son of Somadatta.
See, because it says or Som, and it is not saying Somdatta. It is saying Somdatti or
Or Burishrava.
Burishrava.
Okay, is
That
the
means
son of
same
Bailika.
person.
Okay,
Same
fine.
person, no?
Maybe. Okay, I'll just check that and let you know. Okay. So they advised him, and he also, Burishrava also attended the Swayambara of Draupadi. And, many people wanted to marry Draupadi. And he knew the strength of the Pandavas because he has seen that in the Swayambara. So even he advised him, the Kauravas, not to mess up with Pandavas. Knowing the strength of the Pandavas, he said that, if at all you fight, you're going to make a mess. Okay. And Burishrava, he killed 10 sons of Satyaki.
Okay.
Was a great fighter. He killed 10 sons of Satyaki. And Arjuna finally cut his hand, Burishrava. Okay. As we already saw in the previous class, why the names of these great fighters are mentioned? Because it is not a war like Ukraine or Russia. It is a special war, and it is a war for Dharma. So here, and we have Krishna fighting, which is Dharma, who is Dharma personified. So everybody who died in this war, they attain moksha, means no more birth and death. So here, this fight is only to establish the Dharma, isn't it? So they were all linked to Krishna. Because they have a relation with Krishna, it is Krishnized. So why it is Krishnized? Because it is a service to Krishna. And paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samstapanartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Why did Krishna came? Krishna came to protect the sadhus. Paritranaya sadhunam. And to vinashaya cha dushkritam. And to kill all the miscreants. And dharma samstapanartaya. And to establish the dharma sambhavami yuge yuge. And he is coming again and again in each yuga so that he could establish the dharma. So by even hearing about all the fighters here also, it is as good as we are chanting the names of Krishna because we are getting purified. So what do we do? It is 7 o'clock, but the next sloka might take me at least 20 minutes. So should we go ahead or should I stop here?
Mataji will stop here. Then,
Oh.
because I think we'll do Narsimha prayers also, no, Abhi?
Yeah. No, that's what I'm asking because
Yeah.
when I'm talking about the sloka number 9, I have to talk about Kripacharya also. Sorry, there was Kritavarma and Jayavrata and so many other Shalya, so many other fighters to be mentioned. All those things may take even 20-25 minutes or up to 30 minutes. So then, if our concentration is not there, then we may not be able to observe much. Is it okay, Matajis, to all of you? We will stop here.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. So we will stop here. Any questions so far from whatever we have learned? Any questions from?
I have a comment, not a question.
Okay.
We have completed up to sorry, we have completed up to 8 shlokas.
Yes.
So if you can just record and send it in the group, these 8 shlokas, how to sing.
Pronunciation. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that would be great.
Yeah, we'll do that. So it is also important to pronounce properly and please make use of the guide which is behind the Bhagavad Gita if at all you're reading Sanskrit through English, because that will help us because we do not know exactly how to pronounce few letters, because of which, our pronunciation may not be very good. So it is also good to recite the slokas, and most important thing is for us to understand the message of Gita. Yes, we are not here only to do, yes, but it's good to do both. Reciting the Sanskrit verses and reciting the songs of Krishna also is very, very powerful for us. So we will do that. So far, is it all clear about whatever we learned? We are not going very fast because we are trying to understand the slokas properly with each word and every word, so that our understanding of Gita is more deeper. So are you all okay with this space? Is it fine? Or am I going fast, or am I going slow? Or any comments, please feel free to say, because this is a class given for the benefit of all of you. So
The place is good. Yeah.
if at all anything there, don't feel bad. I would definitely take it as a positive comment, so that I can improvise myself to deliver it in a better way. Because ultimately, everybody should get benefited out of this class. That's the purpose of having these classes. So,
Yeah, Mataji, it is going at decent pace.
yes, okay. So
No,
just checking.
I thought doing one more shloka will definitely not help today. That is why I said let's
Yeah,
not.
yeah. Because the
Yes.
thing is, there are so many fighters like
Yeah.
Jayadratha,
But
Shalya.
it is
We are
nice
trying
to
to
know
understand
also.
about all of them,
Correct.
whomsoever were participating, because that will give us a proper scene. Because this is not like somebody might say Bhagavad Gita means why there is war, why there is blood, why there is coon. Bhagavad Gita means Om Shanti, just be peaceful and do. But our own life, how is it? Is it so peaceful?
No.
Our own life is, we are all having a small battle in our own life with many things, right? With our family, with our jobs, with many things. We have commitments here, we have commitments there, paying off the loans, doing this, doing that. So we are having battle in our life. Our life is also in a way like a Kurukshetra only, isn't it? Yeah. So
Like in one of the class, I don't know, somebody said this, like in the first yug was Satyug,
yeah, Satya Yuga. Yeah.
wherein the two enemies, or say good
Mm.
people and bad people, were in different planets.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then came the Treta
Yuga.
wherein
Mhm.
they all came in one planet.
Mm.
Like Ram and Ravan.
Ravan.
Ram
Yeah.
and Ravan, they all came in
Yeah.
one planet in different countries. Then
Yeah.
Dwapar Yug, they came in one family.
Like Kshatriya, like Kurukshetra
Pandavas
war
and
that is
Kauravas.
happening. Yeah.
And in today, we are in the
Within
Kali Yug, it is in one person.
the same person. That's why
The
I'm
same
saying
person, the good
yeah.
and bad.
Yeah. That's what both the divine and the demonic qualities are within us.
Yeah.
We are sometimes very divine, we are sometimes very demonic by ourselves. So that is why reading the Bhagavad Gita, learning the Bhagavad Gita helps us to understand our own position, who we are, and how do we come to that stage of the divinity. Because even for me, initially when I was reading Bhagavad Gita, learning, when Krishna said, Sama, how can you take, happiness and distress, heat and cold, everything the same, I thought, this is something very, superfluous. How can one be like that? We are with a duality. If there is something good, we feel happy. If something doesn't good happen good, we feel sad. How can one come into that thing of non-duality? Because going further in many chapters, from second chapter and further in 13, 14, many places Krishna speaks about come out of the duality.
You mean to say come out of detachment or come out of
Duality, like happiness and distress,
okay,
heat
so
and
come
cold,
in any
honor and dishonor. How
okay,
can you take everything in the same code?
same
When
code.
somebody honors us, we feel good. When somebody dishonors us, we feel bad. And we feel bad, and even we are trying to avoid that person, right? Sometimes, dishonor may not be on purpose. Sometimes we have done something really not so good. So please take it up. What's wrong? Isn't it? And even if it is dishonor happening, maybe you would have insulted somebody in this lifetime or previous lifetime, that you're getting it back. Your karma is getting over. So take it in that way. Because I heard one of the Maharaj in the ISKCON society, once it so happened, he's quite tall, and he was entering the payment. The doorsteps was very low in the height, and nobody reminded him, told him to be cautious. So he was just walking normally and this head hit the door thing. And what did the Maharaj said? He did not tell them, why did you not tell me? You're supposed to tell me, that I should walk carefully or I should be cautious. He said, how great is this door? It has diminished my karma by doing this act. So how he is taking up. So even Vaishnava, even if a reversal comes, he takes it as a blessing. That is how Vaishnava is. You should take up everything because we should know that nothing can happen against the will of the God. Not even a blade of grass can move against the will. So even if some reversals that are happening in our life, we should take it positively because these reversals are just for our own purification. Because we are dependent on Krishna. Our path of life is towards Krishna, and we should have a complete faith that Krishna is protecting us in all the ways. Okay, we may not know. Krishna knows the future and he plans the present. He knows. We are making so many plans, but what is the guarantee that all these plans is going to work out? Isn't it? So sometimes that's what Prabhupada says, those who make plans, it's like a child's act because we make so many plans, but ultimately nothing can happen, isn't it? The man is making plan day and night, every minute, but next second he may lose his life, isn't it? Today, even the youngsters are dying out of heart attack. Who even knows that they are going to die? Not just because somebody is deceased or anything, because padam padam hi vipadam na tesham. There is a danger in every step. So if our path is towards Krishna, then Krishna is always there to protect us. So Krishna is very reciprocal. If you want Krishna, Krishna will make all the arrangements that you get him. If you want to forget Krishna, that also Krishna will make it happen. He's not going to force us. So it is up to us whether we take Krishna or whether we want to forget Krishna. Okay. Rake mare Krishna, mare rake Krishna. It is said in Bengali. If Krishna wants to kill someone, nobody can protect him. If Krishna wants to protect someone, nobody can kill him. We saw this, Parikshit. Brahmastra is very powerful. It is something like an atom bomb, It can be very, very devastating. But how Krishna counteracted that? By giving protection to Parikshit. Otherwise, the Pandavas dynasty is gone, right? There won't be anybody who is surviving, right? If Parikshit was not there, isn't it? So he gave protection.
Did he rule after Pandavas?
No, after Pandavas, yes, Parikshit was the one who ruled. Yes, Yudhishthir was ruling. And when Parikshit came to the age that he can rule the kingdom, he retired and gave the kingdom to Parikshit. Because Abhimanyu was not there, all the children were killed. Nobody survived, no? Because this is a war where almost 64 crore people died.
Yeah.
And it is the biggest war. That is what it is called as Mahabharat. And at that time, the entire world was under the jurisdiction of only one planet, one Mahabharat. There was no different divisions or anything. Sometimes people may think, how can it be? 60 years, or how many years we got independence? 75 years, maybe? 76 years we got independence. Yeah. So before that, Pakistan was was India. So if you say that now, India and Pakistan were same, will you believe your child? Will they believe your children if you say India and Pakistan? They will not believe. They will say, how come they are different and they are so envious of India? How can they be in the same country? Isn't it? We will not believe it, right? So similarly, this is something that happened 5,000 years ago. So if we say that entire world is under Bharatavarsha, maybe people may not believe. But we have to rely on the Shastras, Guru, Sadhu and Shastras. So that we understand. So the entire people from all over the world came to fight this war. Somebody joined Kauravas, somebody joined Pandavas. That's all. So even though Pandavas were not in rule, but still they had so many people who were supporting them, which Duryodhana got little frightened and got scared and all these things, diplomacy is happening. Very beautiful, actually. Bhagavad Gita is beautiful right from the first verse. It is up to us, how do we relish it? Isn't it how the words are used, how everything is happening, how beautifully the language is used? Correct.
Yes.
So it's something to be very relished. And if somebody is not reading it, somebody is not taking, they are really missing a nectar in their life. I would say that. Isn't it, Shweta Mataji?
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Okay, Mataji. So now book marathon is also going on. So I request each and every one of you to please participate in that and try to distribute the books to your friends, to your relatives, or if you have already done that, approach new people. Or the worst case, if you cannot find anyone, you can also make donations of for Bhagavad Gita. We are planning to distribute to school children, and we are in need of books. So I would rather request you all first to give Bhagavad Gita to your own friends, your own relatives, because the charity begins at home. And if you don't have anybody to give, then you can try to donate for Bhagavad Gita, which will be given for needy use. And we are also trying to ensure that whomsoever we are giving the Gita, we will have a proper follow-up that they will be using the Gita. Okay. Yes, Mataji, isn't it? We are just not going to give, we are going to make follow-up so that the children would utilize Gita.
Yes.
So that
And
is
that
the
is
thing.
why, yes, I insist that
Yeah.
anybody who is donating also, no, it should be given to a known person for
Yeah.
donation, as in to give
Exactly.
out.
So that you can follow
Yes.
up if that
Follow and
particular
you should
person
know
is
where your donated books have gone
correct.
and how it is being taken up. So
Yeah.
that is really important.
Yeah. And rest assured, at least from our end, we are trying to do that. As I again said that if you have people whom you know, please give them the Bhagavad Gita book. And if you have Bhagavad Gita book, you can also give Krishna book. That is also a very beautiful book. Instead of giving Bhagavad Gita to someone, you can also give them Krishna book, beautiful pastimes of Krishna. That is also a very nectarian book. So you can do that. You can either distribute Bhagavad Gita or you can distribute Krishna book, but some way or the other, I would request each and every one of you to please participate in this Prabhupada's book marathon, because Krishna also says that, Nachatasman Manusheshu Kashinyati Kritama. There's nobody who is more dear to me than the one who spreads my glories to everyone. So please try to participate in your own way, in whatever way you can, try to participate in this book marathon. Okay, Mataji, can we do the Narsimha prayers? Do you all have, or should I share the screen?
Tanuja Mataji, just share all the prayers
Yeah,
and
I will do
in
that.
the sequence,
Yes,
in
yes.
Hindi and English both. So we'll
Yeah.
just, I mean, I'm going to take a printout and keep it
Yeah,
handy.
I will do that. I will also add the Narsimha prayers, which I am not there. Other prayers are there, invocation prayers and everything is there. But Narsimha prayers, I will include that and send it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. For now, we will keep adding the prayers. In fact, I'm also thinking once a month, maybe one of the days, Saturday evening or Sunday evening, I want to take up at least one Vaishnav bhajans apart from the Bhagavad Gita class. So we will also be exposed to those Vaishnav bhajans, which are very, very beautiful and very, very meaningful. So please let me know if we can do that. Not all the Sundays or Saturdays, once a month. So we are more exposed to many of the other Vaishnav bhajans also. Do you all want to do that?
Yeah, we can look at it.
Yeah, I'm just saying once a month, at least one bhajan a month. We can try that. Okay. We'll do the Namaste Narsimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya Praladaladaini Hiranyakashi Purvashaka Shilatankanakalaye Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimho Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha Bhagi Narsimha Hridaye Narsimho Narsimha Madim Sharanam Prapadye Tava Kara Kamala Varenakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev नरसिम्हा भगवान की जय भक्ति शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभयेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय भगवद गीता as it is की जय. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you all for your time. I'm sorry if I have taken some extra time today.
No problem.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
please
Hare
keep
Krishna.
reading Bhagavad Gita. Please keep reading Prabhupada's books. Please keep chanting. All these sadhanas will keep us in a right frame of mind for us to approach Krishna, because this is what the method that is given. For example, if you want to be a part of the army, you have to have some discipline, isn't it?
Yes.
So even in the material world, to achieve something, we need some discipline. So spirituality is much above, because you are coming out of the entire cycle of birth and death. So we need to have some endeavors to please Krishna. Every one of us, whatever time we can allot exclusively for Krishna, it can be to begin with some 30 minutes or 1 hour, but that 1 hour we will exclusively give only to Krishna. Let us take that, without any disturbance or anything to start with. And then slowly, slowly, slowly you can build on. Krishna says, Satatam kirtayanto mam yadantashta dridavrita. All the time you can, do his glories. So, but to come to that stage, first we should at least start with something small, isn't it? When you're starting, when you're reading, when you're hearing, then automatically you will start remembering Krishna all the time in your day. That should be our goal. At least always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. If you take all the Shastras, so many Shastras, everything is there, but the gist is only this 2 sentences. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. That's all. We are doing all these things so that we can always remember him. Okay, Mataji? So let us try to remember Krishna all the time. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.